Hello, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. I hope you like it. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hey, this is Sean. I'm doing another video review. This time I'm going to do it on American Defense mounts. You can see I have the T1 Micro style mount for my Hilux Micromax B dot, and then the swivel mount for the Micro, the swing arm mount for the magnifier, 6X magnifier. And this is a Primary Arms 6X Gen 2 PS6XG2 magnifier. Both of them are quick detachable, as you can see. Um, I really get into the American Defense mounts just recently. I essentially, I'm sure like many, started off with a lot cheaper mounts. Some were okay and did quite well, and some were you get what you pay for. I, LaRue makes great mounts, and that was kind of like the standard of a high-end, really high-quality mount. But they're just, quite frankly, far too expensive for my taste. I don't believe they need to be that expensive of a mount to be just as good. But that's me. If your money, spend it any way you like. But the American Defense mounts, while they're not inexpensive, they're not off the chart either. And I really fell in love with them. Some of the features I really liked about them is the ability to change the tension without tools. I love that on their QD mounts that they do not dig into your 1913 rail. I've read many things where the LaRues actually do, but again, I don't own a LaRue, so I'm not knocking them. Again, they're a great mount. But I have, first one I bought was for my red dot, of course, and used it and really, really liked it. It held zero absolutely perfectly. Sighted in the red dot with it on, got it all set, took it off, put it on, shot, took it off, put it on, shot, took it off, put it on, shot. It held zero perfectly each time. Um, then I found this magnifier in a local gun store that's in the area, and it, wanted to try it. Didn't want to spend the money. I mean, again, the higher end brands, the EOTechs, the Aimpoints, their magnifiers costing $400, $500, $600 for the magnifier. Again, totally out of the price range that I'm willing to pay for that for a magnifier. Well, yes, it's an optic, but it's a single power optic. And again, my opinion, they are not worth anywhere near that kind of money, nor should they cost that kind of money. They're just cashing in on their name. But that's a whole other discussion. And again, your money, if you want to spend that kind of money on them, feel free. Now, this magnifier does a great job. It's very clear optics. Its eye relief is minimal, and it is about what it says. It says like 1.9, basically 2 inches of eye relief, and that is pretty accurate because that's what you're getting. You're not going to get more than that. However, it does have the adjustments to where you can center your dot in the magnifier, which is great. Anyway, kind of got off topic, and I'll do a review on especially this, which is absolutely just an incredible red dot later. But the mounts, oh my goodness, these American Defense mounts, as I've already demonstrated a couple times now, are just, I mean, you saw how easy it was to go from with it magnified to just the red dot. There's no buttons to push, there's no side load or throw, it's just that simple. And you can hear how it's locking in. It is spring loaded, and I'll give you a little bit better view of that in a second. And then bang, out of the way. Absolutely fantastic. I'll do a video later on this. This is my 300 blackout build. I built this. This is my first build, and I have a quick detach system, which I'll show you all that later. And then the stocks, the T7 buttstock, that's EXO. The company, the first one I bought it was not EXO. Now it is. Exos, EXOS is, I guess, now the company that bought, either they changed their name or maybe bought the rights to it. It's the exact same stock as I have on my other AR, my 223AR, but now it's Exos. But I love it. Anyway, I'll get to that also, and I'll do a full review, feature by feature, on this. But back to American Defense mounts. Now, one thing you can see, open that for the heck of it, is the plane. When you rotate this, due to this slight cant, it rotates on not a level plane. It's at an angle. But when it's out of the way, looking through the red dot, my left eye, I can see on this plane. Obviously, right here, it's blocking it a little bit. For the most, I can see obviously to the right, but I can have field of view to the left. And then putting it back in, now it's in there. Just to give you a viewpoint from back here, see with it out, you will really have a. It's not that bad as far as a lot of people don't like their vision obstructed, and there you are with it, and then it swings that easily. You could put this to where it would swing the other way if you like. I chose to put the release mounts on the right, so if I'm using my single point sling attachment and have it up, then there's absolutely nothing on the left side to snag it all. And this side, they're very compact and close, so when the rounds eject, they're just hitting the shell deflector. They're not hitting either of these, so there's no drawback to putting them on the right side. My viewpoint. And again, if you want to put them on the left, that's easily up to you. Now you've seen the plane again, the angle. Now if you notice here, see the little notch. As you rotate it, let me get this better. As you rotate it, spring tension will take the little rounded T corner down into that notch and lock it in. And then same thing going back into the magnified section. But it locks up very snugly. The other thing that's pretty cool about it too, that I like as far as ease of mounting, is it's hinged here. Again, since the magnifier is just the magnifier, obviously you don't want it to wobble, and it doesn't, but you don't have to have it such a rock solid, firm like you would if it was a magnified optic, the whole scope, and not just a magnifier for this. And I don't know if this system would work on as solidly on a normal scope, but it works absolutely great for the magnifier. You swing it open, it's hinged, drop your magnifier in, swing it back, put the two screws in, vibratight them, and you're all good to go. It's absolutely incredible. They do recommend you use Vibratight, and I really do like that screw thread locker. You put it on before. It's not as quick as your normal Loctite, the blue Loctite. It is removable and it stays on the screw. You do put it on, following the instructions. You put it on, let it set, let it kind of dry on there, and then the cool thing is you can set it up ahead of time, set them off on your shelf, and they're already done. And then when you go to mount them, put them in, they're done. I've found it comes with a small sample size, enough size to do the mount that it comes with. They actually give you that with the mount, which is nice. I bought one off Amazon, a small glass, 2 ounce or ounce and a half, whatever. Just it comes with a little brush in it, and then I keep it. I'll use it for other things as well. It's really good. Now the QD feature, you literally push in and push in the little lever, because right now, no matter what, it's not going to come off. But if you push in here, then pull it, and then it'll come right off. And then set this aside. Now, again, this QD feature, the other thing I really love about their mounts, and why all the mounts don't do it this way, I don't know, but the bar that goes down into the notch in your 1913 rail is square, not round. So it locks up better and keeps it from wiggling better, just due to that this is square. It's a square peg in a square hole, not a round peg in a square hole. I mean, it just doesn't make why. You would think that's a no-brainer, but everyone tends to use the round one instead of taking the time to do a square. Obviously, it's probably cheaper because you're just using a regular bolt going through and you're not changing characteristics any. But to make a little sleeve and use that as your mechanism and then the bolt go through, however you should do it, but that is incredible. You can see your screws here because you can change the height. They make different plates to adapt to this. So there's your screws for that. And then here's your adjustment here. And this is what's so really nice. You just literally, with it's open, take your hand on the back, push it, and now you can see the nut pops out. It's just the nut itself is recessed in the housing. So if you want to tighten it, push it out, and then twist the nut, one notch at a time, tighter or looser, till you get it on. No tools at all required to tighten or loosen your mount. Now this one is the AD-SM-02-HR-STD is the American Defense model number, and this is the absolute Cowitness version. There's a couple of different versions. My chicken scratch. The bottom model number is for the T1 micro compatible mount. So if you've got a red dot that's compatible with Aimpoint T1 micro, the way that it mounts, that's the other one, and that's AD-T1-10, and that's for the T1 micro mount, and that's the Cowitness version, obviously. This is just super rock solid. Just a really, really nice QD mount, swivel mount, swings on, swings off very easily. Can't say enough about either one of them. They're really great mounts. The T1 micro mount was less than $100. It was like $87 or something like that, I believe. The swing mount for the magnifier mount was a little bit more expensive. It was a little over 100, 120 maybe. Again, they're not dirt cheap. But you're getting super quality product. And the other great thing about them, if you are a veteran, as I am, and not a retiree, you can be just a veteran, not a retired person, and they will give you a discount. You have to send them proof that you are retired. I live in Ohio, and Ohio's got this county anyway has it's a veterans card. You can go down to the county courthouse and their services and bring your DD-214, and it's an actual ID. Looks like a driver's license similar, but it's a ID, a veterans card. So people give veterans discounts, whatnot. Awesome thing. Anyway, I'm digressing again. Now, the mount for the red dot, as you can see, it takes up very little rail space. The other one took up more because the primary arms magnifier is a little bit longer than a lot of your magnifiers. But you can see I have it, and I could scoot this more forward. The reason I'm not is because let's take this cap completely off. I need this to be on this level because, again, this is the takedown version. The forend that I used, the system, TAC2 quick detach, covert carry style, which is really, really cool. So I didn't want this to protrude because when it goes in the case, this needs to be on the same plane. But anyway, it's the same deal for the red dot mount. You can see it's all aircraft aluminum. You can see it matches perfectly with the rest of the rifle. The finish is, just blend, seamless. It looks exactly like the rest of the rifle, and it is just super rock solid. Again, no loss of zero. Can't hear anything. I mean, there's no wiggle, no slop whatsoever. Now this one I have on a hair tighter than my magnifier because I'm not taking this on and off and using it on other rifles. I could, but right now this one pretty much stays on my 300 blackout. So this one I've got on a little bit tighter. So I'm going to set it down to take it off. But it's still the same process. You push down on the lever to take it off. Same as on the other, the bar is square, so it matches up in the hole really great. Now, also you can see how recessed it is. Hollowed out, rather. So it is incredibly light. It's not adding a lot of weight to your weapon whatsoever. So if you got a really light, like these micro red dots are so light, this is really adding nothing else to it, and it's super solid, rock solid. You see its thickness. It's still fairly thick all the way around, but hollowed out in the middle. And obviously you have to have that because of the way these mount. There's 4, if you don't have one, there's 4 screws inside, and that's what screws your red dot onto the mount. And again, the Vibra-Titan that comes with it. Just absolutely, I'm sorry. American Defense, their QD mount for the T1 style red dots. So it's just super great system. Just can't say enough about them. Set them on, swing a lever, lock it in. That's not the exact rail position, but anyway, that's for these American Defense mounts. Again, let me show you the box so you can get the numbers. And I'm hooked. I especially the way that they support veterans is a big plus for me. Obviously, being one, but even if I wasn't, both my grandfather, uncles. I mean, there's a lot of military in my family that were in the military. My wife her father is retired Army, so I mean, kind of. I like that they support veterans, even if you're not retired. A lot of them have to be retired for. Well, if you're a retiree, I'll give you a discount. Anyway, American Defense, can't say enough about them. Great company. Very quick to respond to any questions you have, and then the products are just absolutely rock solid. You can't go wrong with what they offer, and I hope all of you have as great of experience as I've had with them, and I'm sure you will. Thanks for checking out my channel, and as always, leave any questions or comments in the bottom, and I'm trying to improve as I go along. So, but do appreciate it, and take care.